Hi listeners, it's Kat here from Aghast. I just wanted to take a quick minute outside of the show to let you know about empowerment coaching. I know this is probably confusing a lot of people right now. Outside of telling you about true crime, I work as a life coach, helping others achieve their goals, break down barriers, eliminate limiting beliefs, or anything else a person may need guidance to achieve their most authentic life. The world has been upside down since 2020, and I know a lot of us may be lost, confused, or unsure as to what we want and how to get there. If you think speaking with a life coach may help you, please feel free to contact me at alteregowellness@outlook.com or at alteregowell on Instagram. Okay, now back to our show.
Hey there, folks. My goodness, I just had a very profound experience. And that experience was listening to fucking shit I never thought I would hear in my goddamn life. Holy fuck. And my wife Kat telling me, stop interrupting. Like, how can... This one's a piss off. This one is like an astounding piss off. So, I hope you enjoy it. As much as I did. Jesus, prepare yourself for this one. But here's a taste, a delicate, here is the true crime hot sauce, just a dab of it on your tongue. We got, for you today, wetting the bed, wearing an orange as a hat, erectile dysfunction, and public nudity. If you think, geez, all you gotta do is add blackface to that list, and you got Justin Trudeau in his 20s, well, you're fucking right. Because that fucking prick is a goddamn asshole. But no, despite what that sounds like, today we are actually talking about the Vampire Killer of Sacramento. God, this is gonna suck. So, you've been warned. Grab yourself a hard drink, and let's get through this. I'm John. And I am Kat, who never stays for the intro to introduce myself. And this is Aghast. God damn it. Episode 47.
You can count.
Shut the fuck up.
Hi, everyone.
This is a passion project. We make no money off this. The amount of hours. We could have done something with our lives with the amount of hours we've dedicated to this shit. Are you done making lots of noise?
I'm sorry. It got warm in here.
It got warm in here. What do we have for today?
A very interesting one.
The other ones were boring. They were not interesting or uninteresting or disinteresting, however you want to say it, because words don't matter anymore.
I think your reactions to this one will be comical.
I'm already in a bad mood.
I know, because you have to work today and I don't.
I also did a workout today, and when I do my workouts, I watch,
political videos.
I watch True North and the Rubin Report.
And they just really put you in a good mood.
Well, it gives me fury for my push-ups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, hey, whatever works, right?
God, I hate the world.
Why don't you give us our disclaimer, our brief disclaimer?
All right, cue the music, motherfucker. Hi, folks. We here at Aghast have a lighter touch to true crime, the lightest of touch, like a well-manicured finger gently caressing the edge of a wrinkly butthole, the butthole of true crime. And the reason we have this light touch, this delicate touch to true crime, is because it's fucking depressing. It's fucking true crime, folks. There's no happiness here. So, in order to not become riddled with anger and depression, we have to do things a little bit lighter. We have to make fun and ridicule the fucking criminals, the murderers and rapists. We have to belittle their shithole families that created them. And we have to get real pissed and insult all the bastards who made it easier for the criminals to do the shit they do. If you're not into that, you're probably a fucking idiot. And there's other podcasts for you. For the rest of you, grab yourself some liquid courage, something that tastes like hugs, and let's get right pissed as we get pissed off. Good luck to you, and good luck to us. Thank you.
That was a very good disclaimer. Thank you.
Yeah.
They get longer and longer each time.
Fuck off.
Anywho.
Anyhoozle.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get on with the goddamn show.
All right. Now, I do want to say we don't normally do trigger warnings because we're adults. And if we don't like something, we know to just move on and not complain about it. But I will, however, say, just because I had some cringe moments doing the research of this one, that this one does have some pretty gory bits to it and some animal cruelty. So I would appreciate knowing that ahead of time if it were me. Yeah. So just a heads up that it does have that stuff. And if you want to skip this episode and wait until our next one, we completely understand. But you've been warned.
Animals getting hurt, I'm fine with humans getting raped and cut to pieces, but
not raped. But
animal.
I can watch like any horror movie and like people just get like brutally maimed and like tortured and stuff. The second a dog enters or a cat or anything, like I'm like, oh no. Like the dog better live at the end. And there's actually a website, Does the Dog Die at the End? Because like for people like me who can't stand seeing or knowing the animal dies, so you can check out ahead of time if the dog dies at the end of
Do they only do dogs? Because dogs suck.
Oh, shut up. You're a dog owner.
It doesn't stop me from saying that dogs suck.
Anyways, let's get on with this because it is a bit of a longer one. And we don't want to be one of those podcasts that are like, gosh, 8 minutes in and they haven't started yet.
But let me just say one thing first about trigger warnings.
Oh, God.
Remember watching I Am Legend? Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but I watched it cold. Mm-hmm. I did not know anything about it. And the dog dies at the end. Mm-hmm. And
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, the dog dies. And it's a great, great gruesome kill of the dog. Like gets you at
all right.
I don't even like dogs, and it got my heartstrings. And
so did Marley and me.
Yeah, whatever. And I knew the dog was going to die at the end of that one. But I think trigger warnings destroy your experience of media.
Yeah,
I do not want to know what's going on. Like, I want to be shocked and depressed and fucking cast in sorrow.
I kept it vague, but whether I said the disclaimer now, I would have done it at the part. So get it out of the way now, and then I don't have to cut it through the story.
Never again.
Are you ready?
No, I'm not ready. Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay. Richard Trenton Chase was born May 23rd.
Richard Trenton Chase? Like, he sounds like a university and a bank at the same time, and
a
dick.
And we share the same birth date.
Oh, who gives a fuck?
He was born May 23rd, 1950 in Sacramento, California.
No, boomer alert.
Fuck these boomers, fuck these yuppies, and fuck everybody now that I think of it.
When Richard was just a young child, he was already exhibiting all factors of the McDonald triad, which is a 3-part set that is used to diagnose violent tendencies, more specifically in serial killers.
I thought the McDonald triad was someone who orders a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, and a big extra at the same time.
The triad consists of arson, cruelty to animals, and enuresis, which is more commonly known as unintentional bedwetting, persistent after the age of 5, and continues weekly for at least 3 consecutive months. So as a young child, he exhibited all of those factors.
He was a bedwetter. He was a sheet pisser.
He would wet the bed, torture animals, and set fires.
What a fucking loser. What a piece of shit.
Richard grew up in a strict household. His father was physically abusive towards him, and he did very little to help his son with his issues and mental health. When Richard was a teenager, he started abusing drugs and alcohol himself.
Of course.
He became a hypochondriac and would claim that someone stole his pulmonary artery and that his heart would stop beating.
What a fucking moron.
Richard would also put oranges on his head, believing that he could absorb the vitamin C.
What?
During
Like, how would he put the orange on his head? Like, would he cut it in half and put it on there? Or would he just try and do a balancing act?
During his high school years, he did have multiple girlfriends, but could never maintain a relationship, and it's said that it's likely due to him not being able to maintain an erection. Ew.
Oh my God. Holy fuck, what a loser. Hey, you know what? How ironic is it that the nickname for Richard is Dick and he can't even keep a fucking Woody?
Good
What
one.
a piece of shit.
Good
what a
one.
loser.
Maybe we can get through more with
I'm sorry, but you can't read all this shit. The guy fucking has orange peels on his fucking head. Like, he believes he can live without an artery. That someone stole it like his fucking wallet. And he can't get a boner. Like, this guy's a fucking asshole. In addition to everything.
Timing.
Is he a victim? He better not be a victim.
It's not a victim, but we're 11 minutes in and I've read 4 words.
And people want to hear my reactions to it.
Richard did see a psychiatrist and they told him it was likely due to suppressed rage or mental illness. He did not seek any more medical attention after that consultation.
He didn't like what he was hearing.
That's what I'm
What a
thinking.
fucking loser.
Shortly after that, Richard had moved out of his parents' place because he was convinced his mother was trying to poison him.
Which would have been a nice thing for her to do, you know?
He got an apartment with a group of friends. However, the excitement with his roommates was short-lived as they complained about Richard constantly being on LSD, pot, and alcohol.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Holy cow.
Richard would often walk around completely nude in the apartment, regardless if his roommates had company or not.
Oh my God, this is fucking horrible. Holy shit.
Could you imagine, like, your mother is over and then just like, oh, here comes my naked roommate.
Oh, there's Dick and his dick. Yeah, he's high on fucking
LSD.
hallucinogens. Oh boy.
His roommates eventually asked him to move out, which Richard refused to do.
Of course.
So they moved out instead.
Oh my. Well, fuck it. We're all leaving then.
Richard then started capturing animals and bringing them home to the apartment to kill and disembowel.
Oh, fuck off, this fucking creep. God damn it. Why didn't his mother actually kill him?
He would eat them raw and at times would blend their organs in a blender with Coca-Cola and drink that.
How did he not die from, like, dysentery or, like, fucking...
Just wait.
I don't want to hear what he's going to do.
By doing this, he believed that he was consuming the life from the animals and stopping his heart from shrinking.
Stopping it.
In 1976, when Richard was...
Sorry.
In 1976, when Richard was 26 years old, he was taken to the hospital for blood poisoning after injecting the blood from rabbits into his veins.
Oh, that's amazing.
This resulted in him being ordered to a mental institution involuntary.
Good.
While there, Richard was able to capture 2 birds from a window. He killed them and drank their blood.
Oh my God, this fucking guy.
Therapy dogs would also come to the facility to visit patients.
No.
Richard would steal syringes and withdraw blood from these therapy dogs when no one was looking and drink their blood too. While in the mental institution, Richard was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. He received treatment during his stay at the facility and was no longer considered a danger to society.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He was released in late 1976 to his mother and eventually got his own apartment. In mid-1977, he was arrested at the Pyramid Lake Reservation. He was covered in blood and a bucket was found in his truck that was filled with blood, later determined to be cow blood. His charges were dropped.
Fucking idiot. He just like, I'm going to go to a campground and take a bath in blood.
Yeah, exactly that.
That was his game plan for the day.
Yeah.
What's on my day today? Well, I'm gonna have my morning coffee and bagel. And then I'm going to go find a cow, drain its blood, and then go to a campground and fucking destroy the minds of other people.
Richard would kill the neighbors' pets in his apartment. One particular incident, he went to his mother's home, rang the bell, and when she answered, he shoved a dead cat in her face. He then threw the cat down on the ground, ripped open its stomach, and stuck his head inside. His mother just shut the door and did not report the incident.
Jesus, it's like being the mother of Jared Leto. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on here?
Richard was also neglecting his personal hygiene. He rarely bathed or brushed his teeth. He also didn't eat often and lost a considerable amount of weight. His 5'11" frame going down to 145 pounds.
This guy has to be, like, his immune system has to be incredible.
Ugh.
How do all these things, not fucking kill him. Holy shit.
December 29th, 1977, 51-year-old Ambrose Griffin was assisting his wife with the groceries from the car.
Can we just pause for a second and say this guy has a great fucking
Ambrose Griffin.
Ambrose Griffin?
I know.
That's amazing.
Richard Chase had driven down the Sacramento neighborhood, spotted Ambrose, and shot him in a drive-by.
Oh, fuck off.
Killing Ambrose.
No.
Richard later claimed this was a, quote, warm-up, end quote.
Oh, this guy fucking sucks.
2 weeks after killing Ambrose Griffin, he tried entering the home of another woman, but her doors were locked. Richard would later say that he took locked doors as a sign that he was not welcome, and he left.
Oh, so this guy was a genius. What a fucking profound thing to fucking discover.
On January 11th, 1978, Richard had restrained his neighbor over a pack of cigarettes. He had asked her for one and then restrained her until she handed over the whole pack, which I imagine happened very quickly. I would not argue over.
Right, well, you obviously want to smoke more than I do. I hope you get cancer.
2 weeks later, on January 23rd, Richard entered the home of Teresa and David Wallen. David was at work, but Teresa, who was 3 months pregnant, was at home taking the garbage out, which is why her door was unlocked.
Oh, damn it.
He shot Teresa 3 times. He then had intercourse with her body while also stabbing her repeatedly with a butcher knife during the process.
What the fuck is this shit?
After assaulting her corpse, he then removed her organs and a nipple and drank her blood.
Oh my God.
He then retrieved a bucket, collected her blood, and took a bath in it. Before leaving, he took dog feces from her backyard and stuffed them down her throat.
That's it. I hate this fucking guy. Do we get to kill him?
Just wait.
Did someone get to kill this fuck?
On the 25th, he bought 2 puppies from a litter his neighbor's dog had. He took the dogs home, killed them and drank their blood, then left the bodies of the puppies on the neighbor's lawn.
So not only is he a complete fucking asshole and a psychopath, he's also a bad neighbor.
Yes.
Can you imagine that? Like, you wake up, you're like, oh, gotta rake the leaves today, and then find 2 dead puppies mutilated on your lawn? Jesus fucking Christ.
4 days later, on the 27th of January, Richard entered the home of 38-year-old Evelyn Myroth. Evelyn was in the bath while her neighbor Danny Meredith watched her 6-year-old son and her 22-month-old nephew. Armed with a .22 caliber handgun, he killed Evelyn's friend Danny and then shot and killed her 22-month-old nephew David and her 6-year-old son Jason.
Oh my God, holy fuck.
He then went into the bathroom and shot Evelyn in the head. As he did with Teresa, he violated her corpse and then stabbed her repeatedly in the anus, rupturing her uterus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He stabbed her in specific points that would rush blood to her internal organs in her stomach. He then cut open her stomach, drained the blood into a bucket, and drank it. Afterwards, he took David's body, which was the 22-month-old, and he cracked his head open and consumed the brain matter.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. What the fuck is this shit?
Shortly after that, Jason's friend, a 6-year-old girl, had knocked on the door to call on him to play.
No, God damn it.
This startled Richard, and he fled in Meredith's car
thank God.
with the body of the 22-month-old. The visitor told a neighbor, and they called the police.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. For a second there, I was like, oh,
I
fuck.
know, me too, when I was doing research. When Richard got home, he removed David's private parts.
Oh, my God.
He turned a specific private part into a straw and proceeded to drink David's blood.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. What the fuck is this shit?
He then removed the child's organs and blended concoctions to drink.
Oh, my fucking God.
I just did not, I mean, I know we don't care and we cover really dark stuff. I just did not feel right talking about this 22-month-old's private parts, and so that's why I kind of censored the words there.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's what you would imagine that he cut off that he would use as a straw.
This is fucking horrible. This is fucking horrible. Like,
it's just like, where do you even think of these things?
Jesus.
The FBI was contacted to assist with this investigation. 5 days after the murders, the FBI released a profile on the killer. After seeing that profile, a woman by the name Nancy Holden called investigators and said she thought Richard Chase was the killer. When they ran a background check on Richard, they saw that he was a registered owner of a .22 pistol, the same gun used at the crime scene. When they arrived at his apartment, Richard refused to speak with them. Investigators then staked out down the hall and waited for Richard to leave, and then arrested them when they saw him exit his apartment carrying out a blood-soaked box.
Oh, God.
After searching his apartment, they found many blood stains, the gun, and Danny Meredith's wallet. They also found blood-stained drinking glasses and utensils. His blender was caked with blood and rotting human matter.
Oh, shit.
In his fridge, they found body parts of animals, the 22-month-old's brain in a Tupperware container, and internal organs left over from Evelyn and Teresa in saran wrap.
Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
In 1979, Richard Chase went on trial for 6 counts of first-degree murder. His defense tried to have him found guilty of second-degree murder instead to avoid the death penalty.
Fuck that fucking garbage, you piece of shit asshole defense lawyers.
They used Richard's mental illness to try and get the lesser charge, indicating that his crimes were not planned.
Oh, fuck all that garbage.
Well, he did say, too, with Ambrose Griffin, that was a warm-up.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like he was perfectly planning other murders. May 8th, 1979, the jury's verdict found Richard Chase guilty of first-degree murder.
Thank Christ.
His not guilty by reason of insanity plea was rejected.
Yes.
He was sentenced to death by the gas chamber.
That's awesome.
On December 26, 1980, a prison guard checking in on cells found Richard Chase's body. He had been collecting his prescribed medication for a few weeks and committed suicide by overdose 1 year after being sentenced.
Oh, fuck that. God damn it. That's so unfair. Like, he should have been choking and bleeding out of his eyes in a fucking gas chamber.
It was Richard Chase's crimes that gave him the moniker the Vampire of Sacramento. And that's him. So that's him when he was like a teenager and a young adult. And then
he turned into Skeletor with a fucking 5 o'clock shadow. God.
And then just...
What a piece of shit. You can tell, though, like, he wasn't, when he was younger... No wonder he had girlfriends.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. I hate to say that, but like he's not a hideous man. As a young adult, he doesn't look like a threatening person. He's clean cut, and is not hideous. I don't even want to say he's attractive, but like I could see what other women would see in him. And, like, he was released from that mental institution, not deemed a threat anymore to society, in mid-1976, and started committing all of these murders in January of 77. So, give or take 6 months, he went from, like, not a threat to society anymore, whatever criteria they used to consider that. And then in 6 months, he just committed, like, horrific murders.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me, though, because as sick as it is, he did have a sick purpose for his murders, to kill and consume their blood, because he felt he was like consuming their life and stopping his heart from shrinking and all of this, whatever, But Ambrose, he just shot and killed.
Yeah.
Like that seemed like it didn't fit his MO.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Ambrose was just a test to see if he could take a human life.
Yeah.
If he could just shoot and take a human life. And then once he knew he could do that, he knew he could do whatever it was afterwards.
Yeah.
That's my theory anyways. And these are our victims.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. This is so fucking morbid and disgusting. What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
God, thank God he's dead, but man.
Just not...
Why didn't his mom fucking poison him?
Well, that wasn't even happening. That was just in his head.
But seriously, she knew how fucked up he is.
Well, clearly, because when I was doing the research, the incident about the cat, it was just like, just Richard up to his antics again, and just calmly closes the door and locks it and walks away and doesn't contact authorities. I don't know if he would have been tossed in jail for that, but he would have at least been on their radar. Yeah. Maybe for that incident. I don't know.
Oh, a parent not doing the fucking right thing.
We discuss it very early on that his parents were not stand-up.
Oh, yeah, they were garbage people. Mm-hmm. That's fucking stupid.
But so much in such a short amount of time, too. Like, I think all his crimes took place in 2.5 weeks.
Jesus, really?
Yeah.
That's Jesus, holy fuck. I wasn't even paying attention to the time frame.
Yeah, he shot Ambrose, my apologies, he shot Ambrose on December 29th, 1977, and his last murder was January 27th.
Holy fuck, yeah, he was
So,
busy.
Little less than a month. You know, he had his crime spree.
Well, I'm glad he's dead. I really feel for the families. You
Yeah.
know, like we've covered stuff that is more like it psychologically fucking damaging. The gore factor here, though, like it's just what he's done with their bodies. The only thing that I can think of that is relieving is that he fucking finished these people off fast. They didn't.
Yeah,
They weren't.
It wasn't
tortured.
like torture kills.
No,
and
he shot them in the head, and
he
that
didn't.
was it.
And I feel like he didn't have. It wasn't a thrill of the kill. And it's like he said, he thought if you're leaving your door open, you're fair game.
Yeah.
That's what he said. So he was a sick, fucked up individual, and but you're right. It wasn't like a thrill of the kill. He wanted more the after, but like to have sex with the corpses too, and everything he did to that 22-month-old. Thankfully, yes, after death, but there's just so dark. I think like everything involved with the 22-month-old was the most gruesome thing.
God, that really wrecked my fucking Friday.
And I was so excited to tell you this one.
Oh, wait, and then you're telling me not to fucking interrupt you. Like, how could I not interrupt you? You're telling me this horrible shit. Like, this unbelievable, horrible shit. Like, fucking Blumhouse Productions doesn't bring on this kind of shit. I watched Serbian film in Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah,
and
Cannibal
there wasn't shit like this.
No.
And they're, holy fuck.
Cannibal Holocaust is a good movie. I will never watch Serbian film.
Yeah, that's...
But Cannibal...
That's a whole lot of memories that you can't just fucking get rid of.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Stuff that will never be unseen.
Cannibal Holocaust, though, that one was a good one.
Yeah, we thoroughly recommend Cannibal Holocaust. It's not as bad as people put it as, you know.
No.
You may have to fast forward through some animal deaths, but...
Yeah, which I did not watch one animal death. I just had John tell me when they were over. Fair warning, it's a movie that was made in the 70s, overseas in like Brazil or something. Yeah. Very sadly, each animal kill you see is a real one. But it is, outside of that, a good film.
Yeah, it is a good film, and you're cheering for the natives.
You're definitely cheering for the tribe. That's
tribe.
For sure.
Holy cow! Yeah.
And frankly, I didn't feel completely satisfied.
No.
With what the tribe did. Another good movie is Green Inferno.
Yeah, it's along the same vein. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, Dylan McDermott.
Okay. All right. So let's sit back and relax and listen to the wise words of His Majesty, Dylan McDermott. As an actor, you always have to reinvent yourself, or you end up in the gutter somewhere. It's my job to always change people's minds. I've known that for a long time, and I've had to do it.
Wow.
Change people's minds? What do you mean change people's minds?
You know what I think is funny? Is that we close out every show. I can't even remember why we started doing this, but we close out every show with Dylan McDermott. And then when we were trying to pick a movie yesterday and we saw that Dylan McDermott was in the cast,
we were like, we'll skip that one.
We're like, oh, it must not be very good. But yet we close out every show with him. Like we friggin' worship him or something.
No, we don't worship him.
I know, but it's like we do is what I'm saying.
This is fucking gold. If these are real fucking quotes, these are gold
I just
quotes.
thought that was funny. Like, he's such a staple for our endings, and yet when we saw him, Dylan McDermott, well, on to the next one.
And you know what the thing is? We're not claiming that these are his quotes. I like to clarify, we're not claiming these are his quotes. It's just a website said they are.
brainyquote.com/authors/Dylan-McDermott-quotes.
Oh, man. That's so funny. Change people's minds. Have you ever watched a movie that changed your mind? We watched that shithole movie yesterday, and I changed my mind about watching it and decided to stop fucking watching it.
No, I think I have seen movies that kind of have changed my perspective on things, but I can't think off the top of my head what they were. But I think I remember, I do remember walking out of movies thinking, wow, I never thought of it that way, or that was a very interesting perspective on that situation, or whatever. So, and it changed my mind a little bit.
here's our opinion with no foundation, no facts behind it, no examples.
When I think of the movies, I'll post it with our Instagram post with this episode.
I think like the only time I would change my mind during a film is like if I'm rewatching a film that I liked as a kid and then I'm like, oh, this wasn't as good as I remember it.
Yes, yeah, that too.
I'm taking this down off my top 10 or something.
Yeah.
Like Terminator 2.
Oh, no, that will always be a favorite.
No, there's so many cringy parts in that. I'm like, Terminator 1 beats the fuck out of you. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the graphics.
Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gents.
Okay, well, we've been going on for 35 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, I wonder who's at fault for that.
You are fucking telling me to stop commenting on garbage shit. Like, holy fuck. All right, folks, drink up. Finish your glass. Finish your goddamn glass and have a lovely goddamn week. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You can check us out on YouTube at Catam Concoction.
That's CATAMCONCOCTION.
And on Instagram at cast_Aghast.
Remember, there's a silent H. Stop making noise. Gesundheit. Oh, this is a tough word, folks. Aneurysm. All right, Google this son of a bitch. Hold on, we got to use our phones.
Where's
None of us bring the phones. Son of a bitch.
Hurry up.
God in heaven. We need a producer.
Okay, hurry up.
Why? Why am I going to hurry up? Why am I going to hurry up? You daft cunt. Okay.
Nuresis.
Pronunciation.
Okay, hit play.
All right, here we go.
Enuresis.
Enuresis.
During his high school years, he did have multiple girlfriends, but could not maintain a relationship. And it's said that it's likely due to him not being able to maintain an erection. You laughed right through that.
I'm sorry.
You had to let me finish a sentence.
Okay, say it again.
He did not seek any more medical... It's...
Fuck off. My fucking problem right now. God, that was fucked.
I'm sorry.
God, why would you cough during a podcast? This is why we don't do live shows. Of His Majesty, Dylan